May press briefing pong isinasagawa ngayon sa Department of Foreign Affairs. Tunghayan po natin.
Where he will have a meeting with Secretary Clinton together with the Secretary of Defense and his counterpart. And hopefully that will push through also.
Can you brief us on the latest developments in the Scarborough Shoal area and the negotiations that are going on?
Yeah, as far as the situation in the Scarborough Shoal is concerned, yesterday there were about 4 fishing vessels from China which were inside the lagoon and 2 fishing vessels outside. And one white Chinese surveillance ship was also there. While we had our BRP Pampanga, which has replaced already BRP EDSA because it had to go for reprovisioning and resupply. As of this morning, the lone Chinese surveillance ship was still there, but there were 3 Chinese fishing vessels also inside the lagoon. And we have still our Coast Guard vessel in the area.
Sir, these Chinese fishing vessels are the same ones that have left since they?
There was no such indication, but it seems that this 3 are new in the area.
Are they poaching?
We have not had received any report from Coast Guard, but they are monitoring their activities inside the lagoon.
Sir,
Yes.
So you're saying there's only one government patrol, fishing patrol, which is the one not 2.
Now there's only one Chinese surveillance ship in the area. The one that was talked about, that was approaching, as reported by the media, is not in the area now anymore. The big one is not there.
Sir, what's on the diplomatic front?
Our lines are open with the Chinese representative, but no meetings have been scheduled yet.
Sir, that was the last meeting was last Monday.
The last meeting here in Manila was last Monday, and in Beijing it was last Wednesday.
Is the Philippines protesting this open defiance of the Philippines' pronouncement that it has sovereignty over the area? Because the white ship apparently allowed their nationals to return to the disputed area. It's an open defiance of the agreement before, not to escalate.
Yes, we have been protesting that actually, and we continue to ask them the reason why they would like to aggravate the situation, when in fact the agreement with the Secretary and the Chinese representative was that no actions should be undertaken to escalate the situation in the Scarborough Shoal.
How far are the protests now?
Well, when we think that we are aggrieved and there is a need for them to know what our position is, then we send this note verbal to put it in record that we are protesting. Usually they would answer. Countries whom we give note verbals or diplomatic protests to would answer, but sometimes they don't.
Did you officially, how did you convey the issue of the
The ITLOS issue was conveyed to the Chinese authorities when the Secretary went there several months ago in a meeting with his counterpart. And for the Scarborough Shoal issue, it was actually reiterated or conveyed by Yusek Basilio last Monday, and the Secretary also made a call to invite China to go to ITLOS with us in order to have a rules-based and enduring resolution to the issue.
Sir, until now, there's no official response from China about our proposal to go to ITLOS. Because in the media,
Yes.
it's not being considered. It will just complicate this.
Yes, we will be reiterating our invitation, and hopefully we can get a confirmation from them officially.
Should they report the invitation?
The invitations before was conveyed verbally by the Secretary when he was in Beijing and when he was having a meeting with his counterpart. And it was also conveyed verbally by Yusek Basilio last Monday. And then the call was also made by the Secretary again to invite China to this proper forum to resolve this issue. And so far, we will wait for a confirmation to them.
Send a little notice to them.
Well, that could be probably one of the things that we are considering.
Sir, Secretary Del Rosario appealed to other countries to make a stand, make a position regarding Scarborough Shoal. Have you received any from their diplomatic posts here in the country?
Well, the last statement that he said, I think that was 2 days ago, was that what is happening in this Scarborough Shoal poses a potential threat not only to the Philippines but to other countries which would be affected by the 9-dash line claim of China. And not only those countries but also other countries that use the West Philippine Sea for freedom of navigation and unimpeded commerce. So the Secretary said that if we don't take a stand on this issue, then the other countries will also be negatively affected.
Sir, there is an insinuation from economists that Ambassador Macpherson should be recalled, should be removed from the Philippines. What is your reaction?
Well, that is an opinion from this columnist, but it's up to the government of China to decide about their personnel. But one thing that the Secretary was saying this morning during an interview with Karen is that it seems that some information that should have been conveyed to the Chinese government in Beijing was not very complete and even misleading. And he was referring to the agreement that both government will decide to withdraw their ships, but there was no such agreement yet because this was still being discussed between the two sides. And also, there was also no agreement about the fishing boats that were poaching in the area, which has illegally collected a big amount of endangered species, which is illegal as far as our fisheries code is concerned, and also as far as the Convention on International Trade in endangered species.
Are you saying, sir, that there is a cloud of distrust already in the negotiation? If the Secretary insinuates that the ambassador has not relayed the correct information to Beijing?
Well, I don't know about mistrust, but he was saying that maybe there's something lacking, an element lacking in the part of the negotiation. And at that point, that was a week ago, he said that we need deeper trust from the other side. Yes, sir.
Considering the complexities of all these problems, do we now have a new ambassador designated to Beijing?
We don't have an ambassador designated to Beijing yet. Yeah. Mr. Domingo Lee has just withdrawn his intention to be an ambassador there, and so we are in the process of looking for the next nominee to that post.
Have you recommended, or has the DFA recommended a very diplomatic taking place of Mr. Lee?
Well, the Secretary has somebody in mind already, but he has not told us yet of this person.
Who is the person?
That's why he has not told us yet of this person, so we do not know who this person that he would like to recommend. But he said in the interview this morning that he would like somebody who is knowledgeable about the issues there, and hopefully we will be able to nominate somebody who is a career diplomat.
So with the statement made earlier calling on other nations to take a stand in this matter, will the Secretary be officially taking this issue up with his counterparts when he visits Washington later today?
The Scarborough Shoal will be in the agenda during the 2+2 meeting in Washington at the end of this month.
Are you hoping, sir, that the impasse will be broken with the mediation of...
Well, we're hoping that the impasse would be resolved as quickly as possible through our discussions with the Chinese side, and that we continue to invite them to this legal track that we are thinking to be able to have a durable solution to the issue not only of the Scarborough Shoal, but also of the issue of the West Philippine Sea.
Sir, why is the Scarborough issue being raised in the 2+2 meetings when it was not planned that way? So what role can the U.S. play in this standoff?
Well, I don't know what role can the U.S. play, but I think the U.S. is also concerned about what is happening because of the freedom of navigation and the unimpeded commerce that could be affected if this whole issue and what China is doing there would affect these two issues.
Sir, recently, naisingit lang po itong Scarborough Shoal na issue because it wasn't in the original agenda.
Well, the agenda was not firm up until, I don't know if it was already firm up, but they're still discussing which issue to be included in the whole agenda for the meetings.
So what does the Philippines want from U.S. on this issue?
Well, for now, I think the Secretary has not said anything about what we want from the U.S., but what we are saying is that if maybe they should be apprised of what is happening in the Scarborough Shoal issue.
Sir, considering that the Philippines is insisting on a multilateral approach and China insists also on the bilateral approach, where is the problem? Bakit tayo hihingi ng karamay? Bilateral seems to be a logical option on it.
The West Philippine Sea issue is not only bilateral, it is multilateral because there are so many other claimants involved in this issue. So our position is that the West Philippine Sea issue should be discussed multilaterally and also peacefully, and it should be under a rules-based approach, meaning we should use the international law, specifically the UNCLOS, to be able to resolve this issue.
I could understand, sir, the rules-based approach, but China and the Philippines, that's how we should look at this, isn't it? And Vietnam and China, but we should not make the modules for China, for Vietnam or Brunei or Malaysia, isn't it?
For the West Philippine Sea, because the West Philippine Sea involves, the issue there involves not only the Philippines and China, but also Vietnam, Brunei, and Malaysia.
Yes,
so that's why it's a multilateral approach that we are seeking.
Where are the dashes on the West Philippine Sea, and wouldn't Vietnam...
Maybe you should ask...
Not every that we're calling it West Philippine Sea.
Yeah, maybe you should ask China where are the coordinates of the non-dash line.
No, I mean for the West Philippine Sea that we are saying, because that's our terminology. Where are the dashes there as far as...
We don't have the dashes there.
We have the baseline.
We have the...
What I'm trying to say is, where is the boundary? Because that's the Philippines that named it West Philippine Sea. Where does it end and where does it begin? Because if we're looking for a multilateral approach, the offhand opinion would be that they are taking... Why would we call it Philippine Sea when Vietnam would not want to...
Vietnam calls it East Sea and China calls it South China Sea, and we are calling it West Philippine Sea. But China has put out a claim, practically claiming the whole area of these so-called seas. So if you want to ask, then I guess you have to ask China what is the coordinates, or what are the coordinates of their 9-dash line that they are claiming.
Sir, since there's no change in the situation, what other options is the Philippines looking at?
Well, for now, as we already told you, that we are also exploring the legal track, and which is the track that would have this issue resolved at ITLOS or any dispute settlement mechanism under UNCLOS. So we are now studying that option, and if China would not want to go with us, then we are prepared to go there alone to ITLOS or to any dispute settlement mechanism under UNCLOS.
The deadline then, what is the timetable for that action?
It would depend on our legal team. When they're ready to file, then they would do so.
Right now, the option of both countries leaving the area is being considered for both countries to agree to both leave the area.
We are considering all options, but we need to meet again when there is a scheduled meeting.
Sir, clarification, when in the last meeting in Beijing Wednesday, who were the persona involved and what exactly was the conclusion reached at that point in time?
Well, when there was a meeting in Beijing, it was our CDA, our Chargé d'Affaires, who asked to meet with Vice Minister Fu Ying to clarify some of our positions while we were discussing with the Chinese representatives here in Manila.
Is this the same thing who was
What is holding the meeting? Was it taking too long for another meeting?
Maybe they're just looking for the right timing. Okay.
Situation, does it mean wala na rin prospects yung joint marine seismic undertaking na being laid out by the Department of Energy on the West Philippine Sea?
Yeah, I think that's already shelved. It was shelved already, and that was a little bit problematic. And it's already out of our minds.
Sir, you mentioned that we are prepared to go alone for communications, but how can that be possible? Kasi how I understand it, that we need one understanding in both countries before we can go to ITLOS.
Yeah, there is also that mechanism that both parties could go to ITLOS for arbitration, but if that is not possible, then countries who have some disputes to settle could go there unilaterally. Okay?
Also, 2+2 meeting aggravate the situation. Kasi diba China has been saying that yung US presence here in the Philippines for the Balikatan is aggravating the situation of the Scarborough and the West Philippines.
Yeah, they are always saying that new things that have been planned early, even before the incident in Scarborough Shoal, are aggravating the discussion or the situation. Well, the 2+2 meeting has been there for a long time already. It has been planned. We don't think that should be considered as an aggravation to the situation in the Scarborough Shoal. Yes. Okay. So
In the last meeting of Secretary in Washington last June, he met James Clapper of the National Intelligence Office, and he was assured of technical data to be shared by the U.S. to us. Have we been getting those technical data with this issue now?
I am not aware of that last meeting, and also I don't have. Yeah.
DFA.
Yes, but I don't have also the knowledge about whether there is a sharing as to the data gathered in the shoal with the United States.
Are we asking U.S. to provide us technical data on that issue?
I am not aware of any request from our side.
Yung composition po ng legal team, ilang pong katao po, tsaka sino po nag-mumuno?
Well, I think I should not yet, I'm not able to say yet how many will be there and who are the people who would compose this legal team, but it will be headed by people from the DFA. Yes. From the DFA.
Yan po ang isinasagawang press briefing ng Department of Foreign Affairs. Kaugnay pa rin sa standoff sa panatag o Scarborough Shoal. Ang nagsasalita pong yan ay si DFA Assistant Secretary Raul Hernandez. Anya, wala pa rin malinaw na usapan sa pagitan ng China at Pilipinas ukol dito. Kinumpirma rin ni Hernandez sa patuloy na iniisnab ng China ang imbitasyon ng Pilipinas na dalhin na ang issue ng standoff sa Scarborough Shoal sa ITLOS o ang International Tribunal for the Law of the Sea. Nauna nang iginit ng China na may legal na basihan daw ang pag-angkin nila sa naturang shoal. Ayon naman sa DFA, hindi sila tumitigil sa pakikipag-usap sa China para maayos ang standoff. Sa ngayon, may 6 na fishing vessel mula sa China ang nananatili sa lugar. 4 ang nasa loob ng lagoon at 2 naman sa labas. May Chinese surveillance ship din na naroroon. Umaasa naman ang DFA na magkakaroon ng mapayapang solusyon ng issue sa Scarborough Shoal at West Philippine Sea. Ani Hernandez, hindi lang ang Pilipinas ang apektado rito, kundi maging ang Vietnam, Brunei at Malaysia na may kani-kanya ring claim sa bahaging yan ng karagatan. Ang tensyon sa Scarborough Shoal ay kabilang sa mga tatalakayin sa Washington meeting na nakatakda sa katapusan ng buwang ito.